But I don't think it's okay that our government let a balloon that was large enough to fit a nuclear device float over the United States for 8 days.
There is a ground stop on our airport, and this thing is up in the sky.
Yes, you heard that right. A questionable-looking Chinese balloon was released into the land of the free on the 28th of January for reasons that still remain unknown. With China on one hand claiming that the balloon was nothing more than a weather detection device and the US on the other heavily denying this claim, everyone remains confused about the truth behind this balloon. But as usual, our SpaceX CEO and Twitter hero Elon Musk has warned the world about never disclosed facts about this Chinese flying spy balloon that is confirmed to shock everyone. What did he expose? Watch the video to the very end to find out. How would you feel if a balloon floated across your nation for 8 whole days from a country that is geopolitically your worst enemy? We guess it's safe to say that everyone had an identical reaction to this situation. The Chinese spy balloon with an abnormally high altitude was noticed by the civilians on the borders of Alaska. The ghastly-looking white terror had the citizens smell of rats as it maintained a steady pace and direction in the sky. It also showed absolutely no signs of dips in its flying, which is impossible to maintain if it was just a random balloon that escaped into the sky. The balloon flew over the North American territory for a total of 8 days before being shot down by the U.S. Forces Air Force. The gadget, which was shot on the coast of South Carolina, was brought down by an F-22 fighter jet and crashed into relatively shallow water, which was 47 feet deep. The device, which was publicized as nothing more than a weather forecasting device by the Chinese government, was heavily condemned by the US government. The report about this suspicious balloon was quickly notified to the authorities, who presumed that the balloon was Chinese surveillance equipment which was sent to collect communication signals, claimed a US official. The balloon, which was equipped with multiple antennas, was capable of intelligence collection operations, a senior State Department official spoke in a background briefing. The operation was a deliberate and legal action in response to China's unacceptable violation of our sovereignty, according to U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin. However, the Chinese Communist Party hasn't remained silent to all the hate from the U.S. government. China's Ministry of Foreign Affairs blasted the U.S. action, saying the downing of the civilian plane was clearly overreacting and seriously violating international practice. Additionally, China also stated that the balloon, which was seen flying over Latin America, is Chinese, and the Chinese Communist Party was heavily disappointed and agitated by Washington's decision to shoot down their weather surveillance aircraft, which simply went off the rails a few weeks ago. But did you know that it isn't just China that's been illegally flying balloons over the USA? Yes, you heard us right. After all this drama of the US blaming China for lurking into their quarters with suspicious balloons, China finally fought back. The CCP accuses the United States of illegally flying high-altitude balloons into its airspace for more than 10 times since January 2022. These statements from the Chinese government drew an instantaneous disproof and negation from the White House, as tensions from both countries flared up on this fallout. Which brings us to the important question. Does the Chinese government have any proof for the 10+ times the US balloons entered into their country? No. Any eyewitnesses? No. A picture perhaps? Once again, no. Now that's convincing. The accusations of the US spy balloons were made by the Chinese foreign minister right after China made an empty statement that they were preparing to shoot down an unidentified object flying near its eastern coast. What a great coincidence. More like, what a great cover-up and distraction. At a regular news conference, the ministry's spokesperson Wang Wenbin claimed it is common for U.S. balloons to illegally enter other countries' airspace. Once again, where's the proof for the U.S. spy balloons? We can't count on empty promises. But China has declared a cold war against the U.S. regarding the spy balloon claim, and they don't plan on going easy on the U.S. Reports suggest that 6 Chinese companies have tied links with the Chinese military's aerospace programs to its entity list, restricting them from obtaining U.S. technology without government authorization. China is strongly dissatisfied with this and resolutely opposes it. Will take necessary measures to resolutely safeguard the legitimate rights and interests of Chinese enterprises and institutions, Wang said. He openly accused the U.S. of hyping up and exaggerating the situation and using it as a pretext to illegally sanction Chinese enterprises and institutions. But things got confusing when users of the Chinese social media started claiming that they cannot wait for the object floating off China's coast to be taken down. Thanks to the demonstration made by the US, we must report it in a high-profile manner when we shoot down the object, said a top comment on Weibo, China's Twitter-like platform. The very next day, this unidentified object had turned out to be the top trending topic on Weibo. With their 2 hashtags racking up more than 900 million views, the news was the talk of the week. Despite heavy interaction in the social media platforms, news about the shootdown never came through. Users expressed this disappointment by questioning, "After waiting all night, why is there still no exciting news?" a comment asked. The entire story seems very suspicious and hard to believe, as China reported the discovery of their unidentified objects soon after the US and its allies ramped up scrutiny over airborne objects in their airspace. So, what do you guys think is the truth? Let us know in the comments down below. Ever since the discovery of the Chinese spy splash weather detection balloon, the US has shot down 3 unidentified objects over the North American airspace, in the skies over Alaska, northern Canada, and Lake Huron. The American defense officials clarified that these recent objects were not a kinetic military threat but could potentially pose a safety hazard to civilian aviation due to the altitude they were flying at. In light of the People's Republic of China balloon that we took down last Saturday, we've been more closely scrutinizing our airspace at these altitudes, including enhancing our radar, which may at least partially explain the increase in objects that we detected over the past week, said Melissa Dalton, the Assistant Secretary of Defense for Homeland Security and Hemispheric Affairs. Which brings us to the exciting part of this video. What was Elon Musk's response to this battle between the 2 biggest superpowers of the world? The king of sass made everyone laugh with his hilarious meme on the US shooting down Chinese spy balloons. He compared the balloon to a scene from the famous 2009 Disney movie Up. He lightened everyone's mood and stole the show completely by sharing a meme which depicted the flying house Up being shot down. Now that's hilarious. Musk tweeted this as a response to a BBC article about the US shooting down an airship over the Atlantic. Twitter gave him their complete approval, and many users replied to his meme, where some were calling the SpaceX CEO a comedian. Another user wrote, "Very cheeky of you, Elon Musk." Another user said that Elon is a better comedian than most on SNL. What a great backhanded compliment. But many wondered why Musk didn't approach the matter with more seriousness. We get the whole meme was definitely funny and much necessary, but Elon's opinions on this issue could have been game-changing. So why did Elon not respond to the Chinese spy balloon with the seriousness it deserved? His Shanghai Tesla factories definitely play a huge role. Fighting against the Chinese Communist Party means endless political and business problems that will definitely hinder Elon's business. Furthermore, the Chinese population is one of the largest consumers of Tesla EVs, and making statements against their government is not going to go down well. We believe that it's because of these reasons that Musk took a more mellow approach to this issue and responded with a funny meme. The meme, regardless, gets a 10 on 10 from our side. The Biden administration expressed delight and praised the Pentagon for shooting down the alleged Chinese spy balloon off the coast of the United States, but China is certainly angry and expressed strong dissatisfaction and threatened for necessary responses to the USA faulty actions. Here's another fun fact we bet you didn't know. Claims of similar Chinese spy balloons being released when Trump was president were released soon after the citizens started questioning the Biden administration for not firing the balloon earlier. Do you think the Chinese spy balloon was actually released during Trump's presidency? Why was the balloon shot only after 8 days and not in the very beginning? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Like the video and subscribe to the channel so you can enjoy more Elon Musk videos.